World leaders calling the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar an opportunity for peace in the Middle East. The Israeli military releasing this drone video showing Sinwar, the chief planner of the October 7th attacks, injured and sitting in a bombed-out building in Gaza.
The attempts to strike the drone by throwing an object, and a short time later, Sinwar is dead, and Israel positively identifies his body. U.S. officials say Sinwar was one of the main obstacles to peace negotiations, and President Biden calls it a, quote, good day for the world, and says it's now time for the war in the Middle East to end. The State Department is expressing hope that process can now begin.
The horrors of the past year cannot be the future, and they do not need to be the future. It is time to chart a different path.
There is now an opportunity for a day after in Gaza without Hamas in power. And so it does present an opportunity here for a ceasefire. It presents an opportunity for the release of all the remaining hostages. And of course, we'll continue to work toward that end.
International correspondent Sarah Coates is in Tel Aviv and has more on the global reaction to Sinwar's death.
Well, senior Hamas officials have spoken out over the last few hours, stopping short of actually confirming the death of their leader, Yahya Sinwar. But what they have to say is that Hamas cannot be defeated. Now, we've also, of course, heard from the US President Joe Biden. He says that this provides an opportunity for the day after, and that Washington will now really redouble its efforts to get a ceasefire and a hostage deal in the Gaza Strip. Now, also reaction from the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell. He described Yahya Sinwar as an obstacle to an urgently needed ceasefire and an unconditional release of hostages. Now, this is being praised by Iran, the actions of Yahya Sinwar. The Iranians say that he will become a model for the youth and children who will carry forward his path toward the liberation of Palestine, while Hezbollah has responded, saying that it will now escalate its attacks against Israel. Here's what we heard from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, this is not the end of the war in Gaza. It's the beginning of the end. To the people of Gaza, I have a simple message. This war can end tomorrow. It can end if Hamas lays down its arms and returns our hostages.
Now, while this is being largely celebrated here in Israel, there is a great deal of concern among the family members of these 101 Israeli hostages that do remain in the Strip. They're very worried about the fate of their loved ones who are still being held in the coastal enclave, and they are calling on Benjamin Netanyahu to do an urgent deal to secure the release of their loved ones.
We can't miss any more opportunities, and this is a massive opportunity to get the hostages out, and we will not feel like this victory is complete until the hostages are here. That's what we celebrate here in Israel, the return of hostages, not the death of our enemies, but the life of our Israelis.
And guys, over the course of the day, Prime Minister Netanyahu is expected to hold some very high-level consultations with his senior ministers to really work out what happens from now. Sarah Coates, Scripps News, Tel Aviv.